last known location. In life's intricate journey, full of twists and turns, there's this concept we often overlook, but it's actually pretty profound: the last known location. Just as a navigator relies on this pivotal point to backtrack to a solid known location, understanding our origins is crucial for charting a meaningful course forward. Your last known location serves as a beacon from which we trace our footsteps backward when uncertainty clouds our path ahead. It represents the foundation of our journey, the point of departure that anchors us in the sea of possibilities. Life will present you with a near-infinite amount of paths to travel. In Luke 15, Jesus shares 3 parables about lost items: a sheep, a coin, and a son. In the third story, we encounter a son who chooses to squander his inheritance on a wild lifestyle rather than follow the traditional path on the family estate. He indulges in extravagance, depletes his funds, and eventually finds himself alone, hungry, and disillusioned. Upon reflecting deeply, he remembers his father's home as a place of security and belonging, contrasting with his current state of being lost. Realizing that returning home is his only way forward to rediscover his true identity, he sets out on the journey back. Remarkably, his father eagerly awaits his return, demonstrating unconditional love and acceptance. Returning home signifies a return to clarity and understanding, a chance to restart his journey. In life, mistakes are inevitable, but the crucial question is whether we have the courage to return to the place where we are no longer lost. It takes courage to backtrack. Returning to the last known location on our map can be a humbling experience. It requires us to turn and repent of our wayward error. But that is how we get back on track. Repent of our navigational sins and return to that which is known, to the place where we can find our bearings again in Him. That is what Jesus invites us to do.
Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Jesus continued, There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, Father, give me my share of the estate. So he divided his property between them. Not long after that, the younger son got together all he had, set off for a distant country, and there squandered his wealth in wild living. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in the whole country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. When he came to his senses, he said, How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare, and here I am starving to death? I will set out and go back to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. So he got up and went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. So they began to celebrate. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. Your brother has come, he replied, and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound. The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so that I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours, who squandered your property with prostitutes, comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him." "My son," the father said, "you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found."